What's up, YouTube? What it do? It's your boy Sabby. Welcome to another episode of Self Mastery. In today's episode, I will be discussing a very important subject. Today, we will be talking about 5 ways that you can use today or now to build and cultivate self-respect. But before I begin, let's talk a little bit about self-respect. Why is self-respect necessary? Well, you're here on this planet, you have a short life to live as an individual, and so the best way to live a healthy, happy, valuable, productive, and just a life filled with love and happiness is to have that self-respect. You see, because if you have self-respect, you will treat yourself with kindness. You will treat yourself with compassion. You will treat yourself with sincerity. And others will too, because it's all a reflection of how you treat yourself. You see, if you don't respect yourself, others won't respect you, because they'll pick up on it subconsciously that whoever you are, you're not respecting yourself, whether it's the way that you carry yourself, whether you talk loudly with assertiveness, or whether you talk like a timid, shy person. It could be the way that you walk. Are you walking upright, or are you walking slouched, bent over? Are you giving yourself the freedom, the time, the love, the care that you need? Or are you letting people walk all over you? Or are you letting people use and abuse you? These are all things that play a big role in self-respect. So as you learn to respect yourself, and this happens slowly over time, it doesn't happen overnight, but as you slowly learn to respect yourself, others will start respecting you too, in turn creating a more beautiful, vivid, vibrant life that you truly deserve. So let's get into the 5 ways that I personally believe are the pillars of building self-respect. So number 1 is having a moral code. What do I mean by that? A moral code is something that's given by religion, it's given by the government, by society in general, it's given by any ideology that maybe you believe in, or you can have your own moral code. But a moral code is just a code of virtues, a code of ethics that you choose to live by. And you choose to live by this code to the T. By that I mean you don't break it. You follow it righteously. You follow it so much because you believe that this is the right way for me to live as an individual. Let me give you some examples, right? Are you an honest person? Are you an honest businessman, right? Or are you making money the wrong way? Are you cheating others? Are you cheating other people? Are you lying? Are you untrustworthy? Are you cheating on your husband? Are you cheating on your wife? All these things play a role in virtues, meaning that if you are the virtuous woman or the virtuous man, you're living with integrity, you're living with honesty, you're a loyal individual, right? You're kind, you're compassionate, you care, you have sincerity, not only for yourself but for humanity. You have dignity, meaning that if someone insults you, you choose to walk away from them. You choose to not engage in that kind of low vibrational behavior. So living with virtues, living with morals is very important to building self-respect. The reason I say that is because if you are living the unvirtuous life, meaning that you are living in such a way where you're betraying others, not only their trust, but maybe you're betraying their partnership, maybe you're betraying business, maybe you're betraying them in it could be any area of life that you could be doing that in. Maybe you don't have integrity in your dealings, right? Whatever those may be. Yes, people will stop hanging out with you. People will stop reaching out to you. People will know deep down that you are not that individual that they want to associate with. And on top of that, they just won't be friends with you anymore. They won't interact with you anymore. But also, unconsciously, you won't respect yourself either, because you're not that individual that deep down you desire to be. Your psyche sees you as the unvirtuous person, and because of that, you are losing respect for yourself. Consciously, you could be making up all sorts of excuses for your behavior. You can justify all your behavior consciously, but deep down, you know that if you're not adhering to your moral code, that deep down you're not respecting yourself like you ought to. And this is something that just works naturally. It's just inherent in nature, and you can see that. Unless you're psychologically dead, in the sense that you have no concept of anything that I'm talking about right now, which this video does not even pertain to that kind of individual, you will feel loss of respect for yourself if you don't adhere to the principles that have really built humanity, these principles of virtue, these principles of ethics. And so having a moral code and then following it to the T, living and abiding by it religiously, and by religiously I just mean consistently, with discipline, that is what will help you gain self-respect a lot. Like, it will build it. This is like number one pillar. This is the pillar that you really need to focus on, because I think this is the most important pillar. They're all important because they all play a role, but this, I believe, is the most important, is how you are in your daily life. Are you that good human being? Are you that amazing, positive, virtuous human being? That's number one. Number two, let's talk about this, is self-development and self-improvement. You guys are familiar. The words pretty much give meaning to what they are, so to speak. Are you constantly improving yourself? Are you working on yourself? And I don't only mean like, do you have a good job or are you making good money? That's wonderful if you are, because in that financial aspect of life, you're doing well, and I'm proud of you, and everybody is, for sure. But how are you physically? In the sense that, are you putting in the right foods in your body? Are you eating healthy? Are you working out? Are you getting your cardio in? Are you lifting weights? Are you doing yoga? Are you doing these physical exercises that need to be done? Are you taking your supplements? Right? Are you on top of your physical health? Emotionally, how are you? Are you healthy? Or do you have trapped emotions in the body? Or are you emotionally unavailable? Or are you emotionally dead? Right? These things all play a role in self-respect. How are you emotionally? Do you process your emotions in a healthy way? Do you easily talk to others when it comes to your emotions? Are you able to express your emotions, or are you repressing your emotions? Furthermore, how are you mentally? Are you educating yourself? I don't care if you're in school or in college or if you've graduated. Regardless of that, are you educating yourself in what you truly desire to be educated in? Whether it's your career, whether it's your passion, whether it's your hobbies, whether it's just any particular subject that intrigues you or interests you. Are you educating yourself? Are you growing in that subject? How are you growing in learning about yourself, in learning about your own mind, in your own psychology? Are you educating yourself in terms of how to make more money, or how to just be a better person, or how to attract and manifest the kind of life you desire to have? And then lastly, spiritually, how are you doing spiritually? Right? Are you maintaining and establishing a healthy relationship with the Almighty, with the divine? And that doesn't mean, you go and be a nun or a monk, but regardless, like, how are you in that area of your life? And I'm not saying you have to be religious or you have to attend church every weekend. You can, if all these things pertain to you and you feel like, hey, this is what keeps me in line, this is what keeps me grounded, this is what keeps me, improving or in line with spirituality or whatever way. As a side note, by spirituality, I just mean, how are you in terms of your relationship with your spirit, with your soul? Are you spending time in nature? How are you improving yourself as a human being? How are you developing yourself? How are you developing your talent? How are you developing your psychology? All these things play a big role in self-respect, because the more you, quote unquote, work on yourself, the more you are developing yourself, the more you are involved in character development, the more self-respect you're gaining for yourself. One, you're learning a lot, you're growing a lot, because even the whole journey of self-improvement is not a linear journey where it's going straight up like a slope. It's not that kind of journey. It's very circular, and sometimes you come back to the same old situations, same old patterns, same old experiences, but you interact and experience them in a different way as you keep improving and keep growing, because you are always a new person, a different person at every stage of your life. So this journey of self-improvement and self-development ultimately lead to a healthy sense of self-respect, because you understand that through trial and error and trials and tribulations, you're growing, you're getting better, you're becoming more of who you can be, the best of who you can be, and self-respect is tied to all of that. So yes, number 1 and number 2, I believe, are the most important pillars when it comes to building self-respect. Number 3, this one also is, I think, crucial to just cultivating and gaining self-respect for yourself, is retaining your sexual energy. I have a video made about this, and you can check it out on my channel. The video is called "The Power of Retaining Your Sexual Energy," and I go in depth about this subject in that video, but I'll briefly mention it here for those that are new to my channel, or for those that, they're listening to this video for the first time and haven't heard my other videos. Retaining your sexual energy, or basically for men, semen retention, and also for women, just not participating in ejaculation unless you are with your significant other, and you're only doing it in terms of, healthy intercourse or healthy relationship dynamics, but not even that. Maybe you want to have a kid or have a child, Other than that, you should retain your energy, because this is the life force within you. Not only that, whenever you retain your sexual energy, you're pretty much subconsciously letting your body know, and your mind and your psyche pretty much, that you are choosing to respect who you are, your body, everything about yourself, because you're not giving away yourself to everybody out there. Right now, we live in this hyper and over-sexualized culture where everybody is pretty much hooking up with whoever that they can find on the weekends, every week, every month, whatever, you name it. We live in that kind of culture today. And because of that, men are hooking up with women that they have no, desire to be with, but they just want to get them cheeks, if you know what I mean, or they just want to get that quick orgasm. Same thing with women. Women are just, spreading open their legs because, they just want to feel that 10-20 seconds of bliss or pleasure of the ejaculation. And because of that, they're literally letting anybody in. People are letting anybody in, regardless of who they are. They don't even know what those people are, what their energies are like, what their spirit is like, whether they're like Jezebel spirited or whether they're, good people. You don't know, because you're just in it for the hookup. And so because of that, you're sort of treating your body like a drive-through or a trash can, in the sense that you're letting people just dump all their stuff in you, and subconsciously you pick up on this. Subconsciously, your body, your mind, they know that, hey, this person, this individual does not respect themselves, and because of that, they're letting their most intimate and private parts access to everybody. And because of that, you're deep down losing self-respect. The more you engage in this kind of vulgar behavior, and I'm not trying to criticize anybody. Hey, it's your life. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do. This video is just a video. I mean, you clicked on it with all love and respect. But at the end of the day, you're aware of what you're doing. You are aware of how you're living your life. And that's completely up to you. You are 100% responsible for everything you manifest and everything that, you choose to partake in. But I do want to say that these are my opinions. These are my points of view. You can take it how they are. But I believe that if you engage and indulge in too much sexualization with too many people, where you have so many bodies, like you have such a high body count, man or woman, it doesn't matter, you're losing self-respect deep down, and you just don't choose to, you don't have that true self-respect. You might fake it. You might put on this facade that, hey, you're this macho man, or you're this confident, woman, but deep down, like your psyche knows really what the true story is. So at the end of the day, people can pick up on all of it. At least a healthy individual can. Number 4, ways to gain and build self-respect. Number 4, let's talk about it. Gratitude, appreciation for yourself. So what do I mean by that? Learn to appreciate yourself. Regardless of everything, this is so crucial. The reason I say that is because just how we've been conditioned and how society is, mostly we always look at the unwanted aspects of life, or we always look at things that are going wrong or things that are missing. It's always the rare few individuals that are accustomed to and they have the habitual patterns of appreciating and gratitude. Not only their surroundings, their life, their friends, family, work, all of that, but deep down themselves. They're proud of themselves. They're proud of who they are. They're proud of everything that they're able to do, right? Whether it's for themselves, whether it's for their families, but they're proud of, how much hard work that they put in, how much money they bring to their family, how much effort they're putting in to help raising their kids, or, just the effort it takes to live life, because life in itself has so many challenges. And, for any person to go through any challenge, is a commendable task. It's a wonderful thing. And so appreciate yourself for that. Love yourself for that. And just learn to thank yourself. We thank everybody. Why not thank ourselves? I think it's very crucial that we do, because, that's truly what builds self-respect. On top of that, just having that nature of appreciation long term. I mean, you start day by day, but long term, slowly, you're gonna just have so much self-worth, so much self-value, that you're just gonna be super happy all the time, because you see yourself for who you really are, for all the hard work that you do put in. And so I believe that, appreciate yourself, practice more gratitude, not only for everything out there in your life externally, but for internally. Appreciate yourself, and just appreciate all that you're doing, because you're doing a lot, regardless of who you are, what your circumstances are, where you are in life. No matter what life has thrown at you, and you've survived it all, you should be appreciating yourself. You should be loving yourself. And loving yourself is taking me right next to number 5, self-love. More self-love you have, the more self-respect you have. Everything that I've mentioned ties in with self-love as well, but self-love just basically means that you take care of yourself, that you take care of yourself when it comes to having proper hygiene, getting a good haircut, wearing nice clothes. You don't have to, be out there wearing Gucci, Louis Vuitton, whatever, but you wear nice, fresh, clean clothes, and you dress for the part, you dress for the occasion. Not only that, you're like, for me, like, you got to keep my beard trimmed, cut your nails, smell good, look good, but on top of that, self-love also means, taking time to relax, taking time to unwind, taking time to just be. And also self-love can include, like I mentioned, self-improvement, learning new things, continue reading. Reading in itself will help you develop self-respect as well. And the reason I say that is the more you learn, the more you read, the more knowledge, the more wisdom, the more you can operate from a higher level of consciousness. And the higher level the higher the level of consciousness, the more self-respect will naturally come. You'll naturally just have it in you. I believe self-respect and self-love go hand in hand, So take care of yourself. Take time to unwind. Take time for vacations. It's all part of self-love and self-respect. Do all of this. And one last thing that just coming to mind right now, this is going to be pillar number 6. I know I said 5 ways to cultivate and build, but since you've made it this far in the video, I'll give you one more pillar. And it just came to mind, so this is also a crucial thing. Wanted to say this one last time. Learn to walk away from relationships, or learn to walk away from anybody that's no longer serving you. Whether it's old friends or even new friends or family, co-workers, jobs, businesses, whatever. Learn to walk away. Walking away is the biggest sign of self-respect, because you're physically taking an action. You're physically walking away. You're physically getting up and leaving. Also, cut off connections. Cut off relationships that are no longer serving you. If you're in a relationship with a girl or a guy and it's no longer matching to your frequency, if it's no longer serving your greatest benefits, in the sense that you desire to grow, you desire to evolve, but your partner is still stuck and stagnant in their old ways, leave. Why choose to put yourself through something that's no longer fulfilling you, meeting your needs, or allowing you to grow and evolve? Because the purpose of life is to grow and evolve, is to keep becoming the most expanded version of yourself. So and also choose to leave friendships that are keeping you behind, friends that are holding you back, friends that are still talking about things you were talking about 10 years ago, or friends that are still stuck in their old ways of smoking weed or drinking alcohol or partying all the time or chasing girls or chasing guys or whatever. Choose to leave that. And if you're on the path of self-improvement and self-development, and you want to learn to cultivate new talents, new skills, you want to make more money, whatever desires you have, and you should pursue them, and you should be diligent towards them. But if your old group of friends is not letting you do that, if they're holding you back in any shape or form, cut those connections off. Choose to walk away. Choose to walk away from them. Choose to walk away from a job that's no longer serving you. And I feel like this is all this is all helping you grow self-respect in the entire process. And so don't ever feel guilty about choosing to walk away from old relationships or just people in general, because when you're doing that, when you are walking away, you're actually gaining self-respect, because you realize deep down that, hey, I deserve better, I am worth more, I am more valuable than what this current paradigm holds. And so because of that, you realize, hey, I've transcended all this, and so now I'm going to go for something better, something that I truly deserve, whether it be a better job, a better business, or just better relationships overall. So to summarize everything, recap of the 5 ways to cultivate and build self-respect. Number 1, have a moral code. Live like the virtuous individual. to the T. Follow it. Number 2, what was number 2? Yes, self-respect is based on self-development and self-improvement. So continue working on yourself as an individual. Keep expanding your consciousness. Keep reading, keep learning, keep doing these things that you need to do to be a better person, to be a better version of yourself. Number 3, practice retaining your sexual energy. It is one of the toughest journeys, but I promise you, even if you get started on the journey, you're going to slowly start gaining respect for your body, for yourself, for your mind, just for everything that's in your direct experience, so to speak. So you will see it. That's something that you will experience. Words can, portray one way of seeing, but when you experience it, it's a whole paradigm in itself. So check it out for yourself, and then you'll feel it. Number 4, gratitude, appreciation towards yourself for all the hard work you've done, for everything you've been through, for everything you've gone through, for everything you've overcome. Learn to appreciate yourself. Number 5, self-love. Learn to take care of yourself. Learn to relax. Learn to rest. Learn to unwind. Learn to do things that cultivate self-love. And in turn, they're going to cultivate self-respect, because you're respecting your body, you're respecting your mind, you're respecting everything about yourself, And the last pillar is walking away or cutting off connections or relationships with people that are no longer serving you, because you are worth way more. Remember that always. That is the end of my video, and that concludes the not 5 but 6 pillars that I believe are crucial for self-respect. If you guys have any other information, any other comments, please leave them down below. Give it a thumbs up if you really learned a lot from this video, or if this video has taught you anything. I would really appreciate it, but also the YouTube algorithm really appreciates when you give it a thumbs up, so it can be promoted to more people that could use this useful information and help improve their own lives. Also, if you want to check out more videos by myself, visit my channel. I have a lot, and I will be making a lot more videos coming up. But do subscribe if you want to stay in tune with any new videos I post. I'm posting roughly 1 to 2 videos per week, so it'd be a blessing if you guys stayed in the loop. But also, I just want to have a greater reach. I want to reach out to more people. If you guys have any topics for me to talk about, leave me a message, leave me a comment. You can follow my social media. It's down in the description below. But other than that, that is it for today. I love you all. Take care. Have a blessed day, and peace. Thank you.